Hello, amigos. I have started a new project. I just woke up, so leave me alone, okay? I just figured I'd film this. But I'm starting a new project and I'm making a tiered dress. I'll show like a screenshot somewhere on the screen of my inspiration. And yesterday I cut out all the pieces and then I finished the bodice. And I realized like, why not film this just for the hell of it, you know? So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys like my plans and stuff because, oh my god, I look ratchet. I have it all planned out on my iPad. If I can find my iPad, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see anything. Where 'tis my iPad? I have everything planned out in my Procreate. So I figured I might as well show you guys what it's gonna look like. Hello, Editing Victoria here. So I was talking about making this a dress and putting a blouse on it. I had already sewn the blouse and I'd already done this and that. Well, I decided later on with my mom that I was not going to attach the top part and I was just gonna put a waistband and make it into a skirt because I wanted that versatility of a skirt with other tops. And since this was my first shot, I just kind of wanted to keep it a little bit more simple by just keeping it as a skirt. So I ended up doing that, and I kept talking about the blouse throughout the video, and I don't want it to all of a sudden like no more blouse and then I'm sewing a waistband on, so I just kind of wanted to come in and let y'all know. So any clips where you can see or I'm talking about the blouse, it's not going to be a part of the final product. So yeah. So here is my plan. I wanted a curved bodice that's like flat but then curved, and then it continues the curve down. And then I wanted a 5-tier skirt. So the pieces needed, since I wanted more of an A-line skirt, I did a quarter circle skirt. And then this is 5 of these pieces that go across on each band. And then they're going to be ruffled by 2 times. And this is my bodice. I planned that out. Then I stuck on top my measurements because I needed darts in here. I measured my darts, did my math. This is how many inches of each one that I'm gonna need, total inches that I need, and then all of my math. So yes, there's gonna be a zipper, and then length from waist to floor for me is 40 inches. So yeah, that was my plan. And so I cut out all my pieces last night. I cut out my pieces, my lengthwise pieces, but the thing was I don't have them in these measurements right now, so I need to do that. And then I already finished sewing my bodice. So my strips right now, I used a bed sheet. So it was 90 inches by 90 inches. So I cut out strips that were 11.5 inches so that I could hem both sides. So it would be 10.5 inches because each thing on my skirt is 8 inches. So that's what I went ahead and did. And right now what I need to do is I need to sew them together to make my strips, like the perfect size strips. I hope this makes sense. Okay, so I did not explain this properly, but my lining skirt is 40 inches long, right? That's waist to floor for me. And since I'm doing 5 sections, it's 8 inches that needs to be covered by the ruffles. But then I need more inches to cover up the sewing of the other ruffle, if that makes any sense. And so I needed my strips to be about 10.5 inches so that it would cover the next layer. Does that make sense? So that's where all the measurements are coming from. So right here, as I said before, my strips are currently in 90-inch pieces, and I need to measure them to very particular lengths so that I can ruffle them and the ruffles look even. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just cutting out the proper lengths, and then next I'm going to be sewing those pieces together, and then I'm going to be hemming both the top and the bottom of the strips. I had over 14 feet of this like 11.5-inch strips, and it took the majority of the time probably just hemming all of it because I need to hem the bottom and the top since both seams would be exposed. So the next thing after I hemmed everything was I started to ruffle my strips. And how you ruffle is you do 2 consecutive straight stitches right next to each other, and you want them on the largest possible stitch setting. So mine was at 4.5. And just make sure that they're parallel and it's only going through 1 to 2 layers of fabric, and that the thread that you're using is very strong because, once again, this strip that I'm ruffling is anywhere from like 10 feet to like 5 feet. So you want to make sure that thread is really strong so that it doesn't break while you're ruffling. Okay, I'm literally balancing on my sewing machine right now, so if this falls, oops. So what you want to do is you want to take the top 2 threads. Can you see this? You want the top 2 threads. Okay, you're gonna tuck the bottom ones under. And I like to wrap it around my hand like this, and then I pull. This one's not wanting to pull. There we go. And then you just pull it. Okay, and that creates gathers. Okay, you do not want that noise. And then my dog is barking in the back. I'm sorry, there's probably a duck in the pool. But then you pull them in so that you get it into the thing. There you go. See? That's how you do it. I'm gonna do that for the whole way around. So. To finish off the edges, you just want to knot it, okay? Because if you don't, all your ruffles are gonna come apart, which is no bueno. Of course, just knotting as tight as you can to the actual piece. I knot like 5 or 6 times because I'm paranoid that it's gonna fall apart. Because I feel like every single time I make this, it falls apart, which is like no fun, okay? So then you're just gonna move your ruffles across so that it hits every single part of your thing, right? And so what I do is I pin at the corners into my bed. I know some people don't think that's a good idea. Like I just pin the thing straight onto my bed on both sides where it's 60 something inches. And that's how I can see how much I need to spread it out. Okay, so now everything is pretty even, and this is what the ruffles look like. They look super nice, super snazzy. They are the perfect length. They're 60, this is about 65. The reason why I want it to be 65 is because I want seam allowances. And yeah. To the skirt, I have a marking, this top pink line. Oh my god, I keep stepping on things. This top pink line is my marking for my ruffles. So I really simply take my ruffles, my thing right on the pink thing, on my pink line, and then this is the part where everyone is like, why are you doing this? I pin this also into the bed, okay? Into the bed, right? And the top of this thing should be hitting the top of that thing. And so now what I'm gonna go in and do is pin it normally. Does that make sense? I'll come back and show you. It's really simple. All I do is I take the pin that's in there, right? And then I move that and pin it like that. So I'm gonna use, oh my god, the camera's currently being held up by my chin and my collarbone. Hopefully you can see this. Just go like that. Does that make sense? And I'm ready to sew. So I'm gonna go to my sewing machine and do a straight stitch all across. And then after that, I try it on, see if it works, pull out my straight stitch if it doesn't work, and then I zigzag the whole thing. So I'll be back when that is finished. So as I said before, I'm doing a straight stitch all along my line that I originally marked, and then a zigzag stitch over it. And this is kind of where the biggest problem went. A lot of my marks were kind of a little uneven, so I'd have to seam rip everything and then redo it. I had to do that like 3 or 4 times, but that was okay. But I'm repeating that for all 5 layers. Ooh, look at the floof. My camera's really dirty, so ignore that. But here we are. This is the finished skirt. It hits perfectly. If I'm wearing heels, you can just see the heels. Just kisses the ground. I have no zipper in right now because I need to get interfacing for the waistband. But yeah, that's my last bit. I know the top layer looks really long compared to the rest, but that's because the waistband's gonna cover it. So yes, I'm so excited. Oh my god. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. So I sewed on my zipper and I finished my waistband and it just ended up horrible. Like the whole back was crooked. So right now I'm recutting everything to make sure that it's straight just because it's so crooked. And my dog, I went into our media room because I didn't have any carpet that was like grippy enough in my room, and my dog won't stop. So right here, I was supposed to be sewing on the invisible zipper, but I seem to have lost the footage, so you're getting this footage instead. But as I said before, I sewed on the zipper, and then I sewed it on incorrectly, so I had to redo it. And then I put it on properly again on my 4th or 5th try. And then right here, I'm sewing on the hook and eye and serging the inside layers because no one wants fraying and for all the hard work that you did to kind of just disappear. So, yeah. Oh my god, so pretty. This is the finished skirt. Wait, I'm gonna Finished skirt. I don't know if you can see this, but it literally fits perfectly. Okay, this is the back. Hopefully you can see. I think it looks so freaking good. They're not entirely even, but it's not like anyone's gonna see the back, so I really don't care. But here's the aftermath of my room. There's presser feet down here. I've got needles all over the floor because I dropped my whole tin of them. And then all this fabric, and then my dog, and then my bed. Wish me luck cleaning. I just included this clip because I think that time lapses of people cleaning their rooms is so satisfying. So I just included it. There's nothing really left of the video other than like the tiniest of outros. So if you are done watching, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, and adios. So I took some photos for my Instagram in this skirt, and I just wanted to include it in the last bit of the video, just as kind of like a, you know, because you couldn't really see a good shot of the skirt, so I went ahead and included it right here. And I started a Instagram of everything that I have made so far during quarantine, and I'll put that in the description. Okay, adios.